old are your girls now?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I love it, though. It's great. 3 girls.
That's a lot
Right?
of girls.
It is. It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. I never swear. Ever. Hugh Jackman. What a I sort of think of it like with 2 kids, like imagine like someone's throwing rocks at you, right? Okay. But you have 2 hands, you get to like catch the rocks and all this stuff. But then when you suddenly have a 3rd kid, now you're catching the rocks with your face. You're just like, you know, what do you want for dinner, sweet angel? And she's just like, I want Cheerios. I'm gonna write a book that's called Daddy Loves You 10% More. Yes. Daddy's opening a present, a big box of silence for Christmas. Someone needs a hug. Oh boy, we are doing a lot of homeschooling. We're lucky enough to have a little tiny garden, so we're learning a little bit about gardening. We're trying to make this an educational experience, but I'm mostly drinking.
Are you competitive with your own children?
Absolutely.
Are you training them to be ultimate fighting machines?
No, I don't need to be competitive because they own me, so I don't have any say over anything.
Do you make games when parents can't really be bothered to play?
My favorite game is close your eyes for 12 hours. They're into the holidays.
So are they excited?
They're super, super excited. We'll be watching Frozen 2 another 619 times.
Yeah, fine.
I have seen Frozen with my daughters so many times. And people who don't know, there's a lot of parents don't know this, if you play Frozen backwards, it's actually a shot-for-shot remake of The Exorcist.
And you mentioned that now you have 3 daughters. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
How does that feel? How did that change the dynamic in the house?
It felt like we added a whole new daughter, to be honest.
What kids?
I thought the fact that I was wearing a denim vest would be all the rage. That would be all the news.
That was going to be the news there.
But then Blake shows up, uninvited, I might add.
Oh my goodness, that is unbelievable.
I thought she's just been pounding beer, and it turns out that she's like 6 months pregnant or something. Beautiful connection, and then like suddenly it's like the 3rd act of Aliens. Suddenly I'm having a totally normal conversation with a 3-year-old and she's spitting acid in my face. And I'm running for my life in the belly of the ship. And wearing nothing but a tank top, sweaty as hell.
Yeah.
My younger daughter, Inez, she's 2. She's like really into villains. That's like her thing. Like, we watch Beauty and the Beast, like her favorite character is Gaston.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
she's
like,
dark-sided.
Yeah, well, no, yeah. Our pediatrician, when she met Inez, she said, "Oh, this one's shady." And like even the other day when we were traveling back home, we were at the airport, and out of our whole family, she's the only one that got the secondary security pat down.
At 2 years old.
All right. So what? It takes it like a hardened felon. Like she's just like.
Search me. So.
She's like turning around while like a thin fart escapes. You're just like, what the?
And then you had another one with Blake recently. How old is that child?
That happened from sex, and
Sexy as hell,
No,
right?
it's not.
Sexy as hell.
So you've only had sex twice?
Just the 2 times, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a mercenary job, you know. So you know. I'm actually married to a woman named Louise in Denmark. We have 4 kids, and it's been amazing. By the way, you know, it was a toss-up for a minute there. Should I like quarantine with my publicly facing family or my secret family in Denmark? It was a real toss-up. I really liked going to the Middle East because my kids were with us, and Blake and I got to show them around and really let them immerse themselves in that culture a little bit. We left them there. So, but on an airplane with kids, that's where I draw the line. Just like there is no greater hell than that. She's pretty good, you know. I mean, you know,
that's a long flight. I mean,
carry a blow dart, so you know, she's like, you know, and then I just inhale one for myself.
She said she wants to get into acting?
She wants to be an actor. Yep.
Oh my gosh, no.
And I mean, like, I'm fine if you want to be an actor. Like, go ahead, like, you know, in school, do like after school stuff like that. That's all fine. And right now, it's every day is like a recital. She's singing songs. She's doing little plays at home, all that stuff. But like, being a child actor in like movies and stuff, that's like a whole other ball of wax. I explained to her, I was like, look, you know, that's a huge burden on your nervous system. I mean, having to, you know, process all of that attention and information, and also you develop all of these like unhealthy coping mechanisms. And she just like looked at me like she didn't know what the I was talking about. And I was like, you know what? Here's what's cheaper and easier is like, let's just skip showbiz and enroll you right into cocaine.
No.
Are they into anything in particular? Are they dramatic? Are they into dress up? Or are they...
Knives? A lot of knives.
Yeah, 9 weeks now. Yeah, I do everything. Our baby in particular is we think allergic to sleep. So I think of like blinking now as like tiny little breaks all day. The trick I try to use is that baby Einstein stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But that's like, for me, that's like horse tranquilizer. I mean, no, really.
That's like an Ambien, yeah.
I could go down on a lit stove. I could just, you could
It's just
push
no
me out
sound,
an
just like
airplane. And And my wife, Blake, who is like an alien. It's like MacGyver had a baby with Bridget Bardot. The most interesting thing about me is her. I mean, 11 years ago, I remember reading a Deadpool comic and feeling like this is a once-in-a-lifetime connection. And then a few years later, I met my wife, and I was like, oh, I guess a once-in-a-lifetime connection can happen twice. And then, and then we had our children, and that's when I realized that I love gin.
You cut off.
Well, trolling her is just your favorite thing. Happy
You cut off
birthday.
half her face.
Half her face there, yeah.
When you pull some of these shenanigans online, when you get home, does she pull you aside and she's like, hey, sweetie, that really wasn't that funny?
Well, I've never met her. You know, we actually only exist as a couple online.
Yeah.
Go on when I go my eyes. Every second of the night, I live another life.
Mommy unfollowed Daddy on Instagram. My child would just fart and then walk away.
You decided to play a song.
Yeah.
What did you play when your wife was in labor?
I jammed a little Marvin Gaye's "Let's Get It On." Yeah.
How did that go?
It was like steak knives came out of her eyes. It's like, are you me right now? You know what, though? You know what my wife doesn't realize, though? Is that she calls me Mama, too. Seriously.
That's very interesting.
She calls me. I had to literally sit her down and tell her that penises don't work that way. I could never love anything as much as I love you. I would say that to my wife, and then the second I looked in that baby's eyes, I knew in that exact moment that if we were ever under attack, I would use my wife as a human shield to protect that baby. Just do the dirty work, man.
Yeah,
you gotta do the diapers. You gotta do the middle of the night thing. I mean, like, your wife, a human being will exit your wife.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, I'm not one for, vomiting declarations of sentiment out across the airwaves, but when we had that baby, I fell more in love with my wife than I'd ever been in my entire life. That's the way it works. I couldn't even believe it. Thank my wife, Blake, who is sitting right there, who is everything to me. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. Second only to this star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And you seem to, I mean, you brought your daughter by herself here, so you love being a dad.
I love it. It's really kind of made me a better person, I think,